Good morning, everyone. We are
Hey.
actually going to talk about DCeased today. We didn't get a chance to on Tuesday. So I wanted to make sure that we were able to go over it before Halloween.
Yep.
And also, kind of go over the news and stuff today. There's so much going on with the Eternals, and it's so weird because I
Mhm.
just don't care.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Dr. Soup.
Oh, I love Dr. Soup. Hello, Reese. Hello, Hooded Justice and Jay Fingers. I am sorry I was late. My cats were being insane and they unplugged my computer and oh goodness. But we are here now. So are you going to see the Eternals? I think it comes out next week, right?
I'm not sure. That's one of the ones I am. One of the first Marvel movies I have no interest in seeing, but
Hello,
I might.
Eric.
Yep, I might. I don't know.
The reviews have kind of I want to. I know I don't really care for her, but I want to watch Grace Randolph's non spoiler review because she does a pretty good job with non spoiler reviews. Hello, Tava. Um, but I just seen this morning. I actually seen it from Mad Max: The Mandalorian. But
Hmm.
people saying that I think he plays Icarus. Maybe I'm wrong
Yep,
there.
yeah, I think so. I think that was the actor.
He said they are saying he's attacking fans, and this is like the biggest stretch. Like somebody's breaking their back for stretching. So what
Of
happened?
course.
Well, what happened? Oh, okay, good. I'm glad, Tava. Good morning, Leo and Samuel. Um, what happened was basically they got review bombed already. Like we
Yep.
knew this was going to happen. It happens
Oh,
every
yeah.
single time there's a gay person or somebody with diversity or
Or
anything like
something
that.
they've already been prepped and primed to hate.
Yes, exactly. And it happened on IMBD. And I wish I would have taken screenshots because I was able to see a few of them and then they removed everything. But there is still screenshots of it out there. So it's not like they're making this up, right?
Right.
So then the guy that plays Icarus came out and said, um, they're making the right people mad. And that's it.
Oh, boy.
And they're like, they're attacking fans. No, they're He's saying about the review bombers. Holy crap, is your arm okay? Like,
Ugh.
absolutely. They this one this one just
That,
makes
that's
me
I
laugh.
mean, okay, you could say he's antagonizing. I can admit antagonizing, poking at them and all that. But to say he's attacking, no, we're making the right people mad. That's as bare bones of a statement as you can make.
Right? Like, um, it, I think he was kind of making a joke, right? Because a lot of them were like, it's political and like the right people mad. But and then I seen a thumbnail yesterday that just had the I see, and I don't know the Eternals well enough to even talk about
I
it.
barely know them. I barely know anything about them. The most I've ever read for them was the Neil Gaiman miniseries.
See, yeah, if you don't know, there's no hope for normies. But I seen the man that plays the little bit more heavy set black man. I don't remember his name. Um, he's the one that has a husband and a son, and the thumbnail just showed him and put, "This is your heroes."
Oh,
What?
yeah, I saw that thumbnail. I saw that.
I'm like, why? Because he's a gay black man. Like, I don't understand it. I don't
Now,
understand
to be
it. I
fair,
don't
this
understand.
is a case where they did take most of the characters and they took advantage of the fact that hardly anyone knows about the Eternals.
Oh, they
They-
absolutely did.
yeah, and decided to have it be, oh, okay, we'll change it and
Fados,
make.
thank you, Leo.
Yeah, it was like, let's change this to make it as diverse. Put in as many diverse changes as possible. I will admit they are doing that, but I'm willing to wait and see.
Okay, I see. This is how much I care. This is how much I care about the Eternals. I have to have Leo and Samuel fixing. Oh, sorry, because it's Kumai Nanjani who
I
plays
don't know your
Kinga.
guy's
Okay,
name.
all right. So basically, yeah, it was so ridiculous. Like that, I've seen some of them. Like I get some of them, but barely. This one I don't
Yeah.
even get. And
Mm.
and hello, guy with a camera. Basically it's another stretch, right? It's another BS. And then they're attacking the fans. Fans literally would not review them. I don't.
Uh,
They just wouldn't.
Just like when oh, we know when you bombed Masters of the Universe Revelations, even though they started reviewing it almost immediately as it went live. Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
you watched all of them within the first minute.
Yeah. It's a pattern at this point. And I actually think it's at first when they introduced on Rotten Tomatoes, all the way back with the Brie Larson stuff. Remember when they introduced it so you had to show proof?
Yeah.
I think that's smart at this point because it's all the time. All the
Yep.
time.
Uh,
It's every single property. I'm waiting for well, the Master of the Universe 2. Well, the second part of it.
yep.
That'll happen. And then
Well, to be
I,
fair, I want to just talk about Doctor Soup's bit right there. I get what you're saying there, but
oh,
with
I
the
do
with
too.
the, but they're trying. It's like they're trying to incorporate them, and incorporating the Eternals into the Avengers has never been easy. Even with even in the comics themselves, it's never easy.
Well, and not only that, you're introducing like what 10 brand new characters
Yeah,
a
well,
in a 2 hour
whole team,
movie.
yeah,
Yeah, so how can you like when what's worked so well about the Marvel formula with Phase One was that they all had an origin story. We
yep,
liked them all individually before we liked them as a group, and now
exactly.
you're introducing this
Well,
massive group,
to be fair, like the Inhumans, though, the Eternals are a species, a subspecies.
right?
So in a way, you cannot introduce them individually. It's different from other teams. No, this is a case where
I
they
guess that
all were
does
created
make
at
sense.
once. They were all created at once, so they have to do that all at once. They were never meant to be individuals, except for maybe Icarus and Circe, because Circe was an
How about
Avenger at
Black
one point.
Knight?
Black Knight, Black Knight's an Avenger. That's it, but he's not even part of the Eternals.
Well, then what? See, I didn't know that. I just assumed because he was in this that he was part. Okay, see,
Wait, Black Knight is in this?
pretty sure isn't
No, I
Dane
just looked up.
Whitman?
Whitman.
I thought he was played by Jon Snow. Guy.
Oh
I
no,
don't
no,
know
no,
his.
no. Okay, okay. He is there as just his normal human self. I do not think he's going to be Black Knight. It's just his human identity dating Circe.
Oh, he's totally gonna become the Black Knight. Let's talk about the Inhumans ABTV show or ABC show. No, no, no. Let's not. Let's
No.
absolutely not.
Well, before we go any further, I want to bring up my own little bit. It's a different topic, but and I also know some people are looking at that Buzz Lightyear trailer, and I saw some people already and already saying about, oh, they race bent and they replaced and race bent another ginger with Mira Nova. When if you actually look at the subtitles, it's not even Mira from the cartoon. In fact, it has nothing to do with the old Buzz Lightyear cartoon. This is its own separate origin, but people want to connect the two.
Of course. I actually didn't watch the trailer for that. It's the only thing that's weird to me is Buzz Lightyear has hair. Like
Well, to be fair, he always had hair. He just wore that, under thing from it, in his helmet.
Drew with Comics Elite. The invoice should be fixed. Placing some freebies. Yes, you are the best. Thank you so much. I got Donny Cates. I think it's 6. Crossover 6. Such a good series. Thank you, Drew, so much. Thank you for the super chat. Awesome.
Yep, I just wanted to bring that up
Excited.
though because I just felt that was just like, okay, that's even a bigger stretch than what you were talking about. Because like they're not even connected. Why are you connecting this movie? Was that when Pixar's made no secret they never liked that show ever. The whole point of this movie is to give them their what they feel is the definitive origin of Buzz Lightyear, not Buzz Lightyear Star Command.
Well, that I might check out the trailer later, but I haven't. It just didn't interest you.
Got another one.
Raymond, oh my
Yep.
goodness, thank you. I am speaking to from the great beyond, also known as my job. I thought although I passed on by clocking in, but I shall be with you in the spooky spirit. Enjoy the stream. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Raymond. Oh, I do want to let you guys know I am going to. Oops. Hi. There we go. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you, Drew. Both you guys, awesome. I am on Monday going to be doing like usually I do Tuesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Friday, but I am going to do it Monday, Tuesday next week because I am having on Jimmy Palmiotti. Oh
Oh,
my
you too?
God. I
I
am
just had him
so
on.
excited.
Mm.
We're going
Oh,
to
that.
talk about a little bit about Red Sonja, and he's got a Kickstarter up.
Yep.
Jimmy Palmiotti has a little bit more rules than the others. I've been having to go through his agent, and it's so weird.
Oh,
Like
same here. Same here.
well, I've got a video coming out later today with Jeremy Adams, who is so
Hmm.
sweet,
Yep.
and
Agreed.
with Jimmy, it's like, well, um, yeah, I got to talk to his agent, and then we got to set up ground rules, and then we have to confirm it, and then we have to make sure and double confirm and put it in the Google Calendar. It's weird, but I'm so excited. Jimmy's such a talent, and the one with Jeremy, oh my God, like
Yep.
after talking to him, even after editing it, I'm like, I want to buy 4 of every issue just
That's
so I
exactly
make
how
sure
I
it's
felt. I wanted to
out.
buy it 4 of every. I wanted to buy 2 of every movie.
He's so nice. Like every question came back to, and I won't spoil it because I want you guys to watch it. But
Right.
every
Obviously.
question, a lot of his questions came back to, well, my daughter, and it
Yo.
was
Yep.
just like it was so sweet. It was so sweet. So
Hey, I've
uh,
had both of them on, and yeah, I have to agree with you. They have been so nice. Even with Jimmy, his agent saying, "Oh, you're going to only talk about this. You're going to talk about that." First thing he says when he gets on, and backstage, he's all like, "We can talk about whatever." I'm like, "Thank you."
that's good. Like I'm nervous about Jimmy. I'm not gonna lie. I looked up to
Oh,
him as a comic book creator for a
same
long time.
here.
And with Jurgens, I froze for like the first 10 seconds. So I'm hoping not to do the same. I'm hoping that I've got enough under my belt at this point to
Oh, I
not
think
do
you
the
have
same.
enough.
He's a nice guy though. Jeremy Adams, such a
Oh
sweetheart.
yeah,
So
oh yeah, and I'm hoping to have him on again in a couple months.
he
Give a
just
few
wants to
more
get the word
issues.
out, and it's so like genuine.
Yep, he wants to do it bi-monthly. He wants like, no, let me do it bi-monthly. I can do it, and I want to get more issues out a month. I'm like, wow, when have you ever heard of a creator saying that?
Uh-huh. Exactly. Mm. I tried to take a drink while you were talking because usually you talk a lot, and it just didn't work that time.
Funny enough, I got all of my DCeased comments in front of me. You know what's on the back cover of the final issue?
The Flash. Oh, perfect.
Which
That was
he
his
which he
also.
wrote, yeah.
That was one of the better ones, like way better than Injustice. No, I was drinking, like I had it in my mouth and I'm like, like
Yep, no, I know what you I understand. So, yep.
like Tom Taylor. Well, wait. Oh, you're talking to Taba. I really would love to talk to Tom Taylor. I've tried to get a hold of him
Same.
multiple
I
times, but
have too. The only way
he's
I
too
could get a
hard.
hold of them is through Twitter, I've noticed. It seems like there's no other way.
I hate that. I really hate that. Like
Yeah.
they're business people at least have a business email or an agent to go through, but
Yep.
it's
David, I would agree with you on that. I would be civil. I would not, even if I have Tom, I would just talk about his work. That's always been the rule of my channel. No drama, no nothing.
I don't get
Just comics.
why people would not be civil. What has he done that?
It's Tom. With Superman, Son of Kal El, and all that. They'd want to say, "Why did you do this to John? Where?"
That's like one issue in a body of bigger work.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I would talk to him about this. I would talk to him about Injustice. You should definitely talk to Jimmy about Injustice when you have him on.
Why is he a big Injustice fan?
No, he and Justin Gray helped plot out the first game.
Right. Yeah, I did know they didn't work on the second though, right?
Nope.
Yeah, I thought so. So okay.
Yep. Let's get started.
Wait, there was one more thing I wanted to bring up, and I don't remember what it was, so it's not it's not a big deal. But Keel and I will be doing a spoiler-free review of Dark Knight Steel today. Yes,
Nice.
I love it, guys. Make sure you are subscribed.
I am looking forward to that. I am looking forward to that. But I hope this doesn't take away from him doing the third story.
The what story?
The third mini. The third mini.
Oh yeah. Me too. I mean, I think. Am I echoing on your end?
Nope.
Okay, well then it's just me. Um, I don't think so. I actually thought it was him that did DC versus Vampires, and it wasn't. I gave wrong
No,
credit, but
it was yeah, Tinian plotting and Matthew Rosenberg writing.
oh, so good. Oh, so good. The bringing back or not iZombie, iVampire.
Yep.
Oh my god,
Oh
I
yeah,
love
that
it.
surprised me. That surprised me.
It's so good. I love it. So let's talk a little bit about DCeased. If I remember what I was gonna say, I'll put it in. Let me bring this over here. I wonder. Let me remove my name. The Wicked Witch has left the building.
Well,
All
first I was
right,
just going to
there.
show off the cover. Great Greg Capullo for the first issue.
Oh yeah, and I don't. And I only have. I think the first one's up here. Let me bring up the cover.
Yeah, it's just the first covers. It's just, and the digital would have just the first covers.
So pretty. It's so
Yep.
good. So I'm not gonna like go through it verbatim, but Deceased like as a concept worked so well because it
Oh yeah.
was
Different than
because
Marvel Zombies.
well yeah, because they weren't I think I'm echoing
They
here.
weren't. They weren't. You sound fine. You sound fine.
Hold on one second. Can you guys let me know if I'm echoing through this? Because it's really weird. Wait, I think it went away. And I
Wait,
literally did nothing.
Incubus. What Marvel vampires? You're making that up.
DC Vamp looks like wait, what?
It's a joke. I think he's
Oh,
poking
okay.
fun. I think he's poking fun at how DCeased was considered a ripoff of Marvel Zombies until it came out and people saw how different it was. For one, they're not that intelligent. Okay, you know what? We just dive in and talk about what makes these so different.
Well, yeah.
The Marvel Zombies, like I say, they were intelligent. They had their intelligence, and they're like, "Oh, I'm so hungry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for me eating you." Here, not so much. They're just ugh. But they're not even
Yeah.
zombies per se. They're like hate zombies.
Yeah. And they're curable. I mean,
Well,
like
we don't know
they
that. We don't
eventually.
know that first.
Well, yeah, eventually. This is driving me absolutely insane.
If people are saying they're hearing a slight echo, I am not hearing an echo at all.
All right, let me see what I can do.
But yeah, the fact though, it's Darkseid's fault.
Does that help at all? I
Uh,
turned off echo.
hello.
Let me
Yep.
see something.
Oh.
I just wanted to see. No, I don't know what I'm doing here. Let me check my.
Yeah, people are saying some are saying you're hearing an echo. Others are saying they're just saying sometimes there's an echo. Again, I am not hearing an echo at all.
I don't even know what like is would enable and. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I hear an echo. What the?
Hold on. Let me go listen in on the actual stream video.
It's back. Yep, I hear it too. Like sometimes. See, now I don't hear it.
All right.
All right.
I just say we just continue on. I don't think it's a big
All right.
a big deal.
It's like, okay, so I don't know. If it drives you guys crazy, I'll try to go out and go back in. But
yeah, like I said, it's Darkseid's fault. This whole thing is Darkseid's fault.
yes.
Trying to get the anti-life equation, but it's time to setting. Let's alter it.
Right, and that ultimately leads to I should have went back over this. Ultimately lead to like beyond problems, right? Besides like for Darkseid and Apocalypse.
What go boom, it go boom.
Yeah. And then we have them take over
Well, yeah, no.
Cyborg.
And then Desaad says, "Get rid of him. Just send him. It just sends it back to Earth. Make it Earth's problem." And then, like I said, Apocalypse go boom, and Cyborg, as soon as he ends up on Earth, he infects everyone through their phones. Which I think you told me once before. You asked me, "Is this a commentary? A social commentary?"
I think it's a like it could be. I don't know if he necessarily meant it. A social commentary on how people are basically zombified by their phones. And maybe I'm giving him too much credit that he maybe thought of that. But like, oh, is this Trevor Harrison?
No, well, no. Those particular pages are not, and those particular pages were by James Heron.
Oh, okay. Well, even so, like, it could be, it could have not started out that way, but it does feel like a lot of it is a weird allegory on how the internet has kind of zombified all of us, right? It's made
Right.
us like,
I think though he was more going for what can cause the zombie apocalypse to happen. Almost like basically ground zero is so bad you already lose like half the population. Do it through your phones.
right, exactly. And it was a different concept. I really, let me take it off of. I really like the way, oh yeah, 2 page would be smart. I really like the concept of it. And I think it was, so everyone, you hear a lot of times people just want like pure escapism, right? They just want a story. They
Yeah,
just want a fun story. This was that.
yeah, this is exactly that. That's why I think why it did so well. It was just a story, about the zombie apocalypse coming to the DC universe and them being so caught unprepared.
Apocalypse on apocalypse.
Yep. Just it going just so yeah, Darkseid just going
Yep.
nuts. It's out of the blue.
Yep. And then everybody kind of succumbs to it.
Now, one thing that
I
doesn't
think this
bother
is
me is
the
that
part
you
I
see
love.
one thing I don't get though. You see Cyborg there already zombified, but then we see him later normal. That always
Wait.
bothered me.
Oh, no, he's normal here.
No, where I'm not even seeing Cyborg there. Okay, he's normal there, but if you go to the first page, not the the prior page, before that, when he first landed
Come
back
on
on
now.
our.
Oh, here, you mean?
I think there's a delay on seeing the image. Yeah, right there, right there. He looks like a zombie there.
I mean, I think he just, so you see he fell here, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
he's just bloody from falling.
Oh, that is true. That is true.
I'm not sure exactly though, but
But the artwork on it is so good.
yeah, the artwork was really good. Even throughout the digital series, like the artwork on this was fantastic. The whole thing. I love how Clark runs home. Like it's so sweet.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't think
where's
it's
he?
in this. Oh yes, okay. So we get in the beginning, in the first issue, the big boys are taken out. We have Batman and Nightwing. Well, essentially the Bat family.
Oh, Tim and Dick,
Yeah,
basically, yeah,
and they're gone. They're
they're
like
gone.
I kind of expected when this initially came out that we would see a cure right away, like some, because they took off. I should go through the picture slower. Sorry, guys. Um, because I just expected for some reason Batman not to be taken out of the picture. Like I think he wanted
Yep.
to set up stakes.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he did. Tom Taylor even said he wanted like the biggest stakes is have Batman be taken off the board right away.
And I mean, it's smart. I'm not saying it's not smart. It's just Batman. Come on now.
Yep.
Oh, that's
But
such
at
a
the
good
same time,
story.
though, he's so about family that, of course, if you have Tim and Dick come towards him, he's going to flinch.
Well, yeah. Why won't this go any further?
Because they got to go through those last page ads before it goes to the next issue.
Yeah, but it's like freezing. Maybe I'm going to. And of course, Comixology. You know what? I can use Comixology every single
You know what? If you
day.
want, I could just show off the pages from my books. That's why I brought them out.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to have to. Here we go.
Yeah, I see that would be a bit quicker as well.
Yeah, this ain't gonna work. I'm sorry, guys. I can use it every single day. Nope, still froze. Damn it. And it never freezes. Never once. And then I can put the chat on too.
But then doing it here, though, it's going to freeze on you.
Yep, exactly. And I go to record a video and it freezes. Like
I think it doesn't like Restream. I don't think it likes Restream.
It does the same thing on StreamYards too, unfortunately. I have a screen recorder. It's like Screencast that I use that works a little bit better, but I only use that program very, very rarely. So where's the
But yeah, the next issue, and we open up with poor Arthur.
Oh, okay, okay, yes. See, and and that's the bad part is I gotta remember this stuff as we go through it, and that was the whole point of,
Well, I trust me. I'll help. I can help out along the
there we
way
go.
because
Of course, if Dick comes at me, of course, if Dick comes at me, I'm gonna flinch. Yeah, yeah, I would say that's a pretty apt response there.
uh,
That's hilarious. Okay, yeah. So, and then we move on. Okay, so what happens
yep,
in just give us the TLDR a little bit of the second
yep.
issue here.
Well, second issue, we have basically more and more people getting killed off, or you're having Harley and Ivy deal with Joker. You
Oh
have
yes.
Green Arrow and Black Canary, who, let's be honest, those and Tom Taylor loves writing those
Oh,
two.
he does a good job with them too.
Yep, and you have Hal get turned, and then they have to kill him, and thus Dinah becomes the Lantern. Although one has to wonder, why didn't the Ring leave Hal as soon as he changed? Why did he have to go down for good for it to come to her? But you know, weird. And you have Superman trying to gather up who he can as well. And you have Batman using Mister Freeze's suit to try and hold things off. Doesn't last long, but he give at least lasts long enough to give a farewell to everyone. And then Alfred blows his head off and blows him away.
I see what my computer is citing too. I'm trying to bring up at least a picture because I love.
Well, I love this image of him in the free suit.
Yes, it looks so good. But if you look at this one also, and I got it to work a little bit, so of Dinah actually getting,
It's not
using.
showing. It's not showing it.
Oh, okay. So I tried. I'm sorry.
Her using the ring. Hold on. That would have been when she first got it on, anyway.
Yeah, I love that image. It's so good, and I
Oh
never
yeah,
thought of. It's so pretty. I
I
never
know.
thought of Dinah like having that power, and at first I was like, "What?"
It makes sense, really. She has the ability to overcome great fear, and she has it more than Ollie. That's been one thing made clear. Ollie's been made clear he could never really utilize the ring.
Well, and she does such a good job with it. Like she gets it in issue 2, and we see it the entire time. Well, I guess that's kind of I'm obviously spoilers, but
Well, yeah. No, that whole thing is a big spoiler.
yeah, that's the whole stream is. But with her having that power, it brings a whole new element to
Mm-hmm.
showing how she can control it, learning
Well,
how to control it.
especially when she uses it to make a megaphone, and then uses it to amplify her banshee cry later.
It's so perfect. Like that was
Like,
such a good
duh.
idea. That was like a given, but I never would have thought of that. Like that's
And they
Tom
don't.
Taylor for you.
Oh, I'm better because I'm a woman. No, no. She was better just simply because of and she wasn't even better. She was just good at it.
I don't think we can ever talk again, Critical Blast. Sorry. Ned, that is a hot take for sure. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, DCeased was fantastic, but nothing. There
I'll
is
be
not a
honest.
single Elseworld story that beats Injustice. Come
There's
on
one
now.
thing that would put Deceased over Injustice. Tom Taylor was. It's been on everything with Deceased. He left partway through Injustice.
That's true. That is true. But still, even the stories, after he left were fantastic.
Yep.
And
I'll
even
stick
that,
it
and
up.
then he did that tie-in that was so good. The year 1 or year 0.
Yep.
I love
Harley
it.
blowing Joker away.
I,
He was
I,
saying,
I,
"You were
it's like
never
such
any good for me."
vindication.
You were saying you were never any good for me. But then the poor birds of prey.
Yeah. The
Well, hey, with Bruce
the
gone,
zombie
I don't
birds of
think.
prey.
With Bruce gone, I don't. It makes sense that Selena went too.
Well, yeah. I mean, they used her more. They used her really a lot in Injustice, right?
Yep.
So to have her taken away and have the ability to see how he writes the other characters was really smart.
The fun thing is, this is what made me think he could do John with this whole series. Just the way he
When
wrote
he,
John and Damien.
that's actually a good subject because when he wrote this, right? Eventually, we have. Let me put the chat on. When we eventually have Damien taking over for his dad and John taking over for his dad.
Yep.
There were times if you didn't know that they were the different characters, like that was the only issue I had was they were so they were very similar to what their parents were. And I
Yeah.
think that's why I was so accepting of John being bisexual because in this series, he did write John very, very well, but he wrote him a lot like his dad. I mean, it
Which he
makes
needed
sense.
to. Well, he needed, yeah, especially since his dad was going to be dead by the end of the first mini.
Right, exactly. But he needed to write, like, I feel like this change might help a little bit to make it a little bit different. We're also seeing a very, like, interventionalist version of John in the comics.
Which makes sense since really there's no world to try and rebuild or anything like that. It's like, no, we got to stop the zombies.
Right, exactly. So it's totally different
Oh,
story
I say,
setting.
this broke my heart. Zombie Jonathan
Oh,
Kent.
yeah. So Jonathan, or I mean,
Yeah,
Clark
Pa.
goes to see
Yeah, his
his
parent.
parents, and Pa is already
Turn.
zombified. Yep.
Now, he doesn't kill him, he just puts them right back in there, which comes into play in the next mini. But yeah, just that broke my heart.
Yeah,
And
that
just even
was
saying
sad.
like, and even when Martha's saying, we can't just leave this and leave. This is our home. Your father, he isn't here, Ma. He isn't here.
Yep.
I teared up a little when I first
You
read
know
that.
what part? I think it might be in the next one that made me tear up was the interaction between him and John, or him and John and Lois when they're
Yep,
talking through the other side, like talking through glass or whatever it was. Do you remember?
I think so. Yeah, I'm trying to look for that. Was that here? No, I think that was in the later two issues. But basically, issue 4, we have keep up putting up a good defense and everything, but then it ends with Captain Atom going boom. What is it with Tom
Oh
Taylor
yes,
blowing up Metropolis?
he loves blowing up Metropolis.
But yeah, you
Like
have some
that's
great
his
stuff like
shtick.
dealing with Giganta, and they have her head blasted out. Um, you're already starting to see Harley and Ivy survive, but basically you're starting to see things start to build up a bit. Wonder
Is that
Woman
where she
joins up,
starts the sanctuary?
starts it. They didn't fully build it, but she gets it started. But then after this, everything went on hiatus after this issue, like a good couple months. And I think I know why. Because they didn't expect it to be a big hit, so they decided it was probably going to end with issue 6. But then it was probably decided, how can we stretch this out? And
And
thus,
probably started rewriting.
and that's when we got this, the A Good Day to Die one shot, which kind of sets up a lot of stuff for DCeased 2, and has one of your favorite characters, Constantine, as the main focus.
Constantine should always be the main
Two of your other favorites.
You know what? That's one the reason I love Tom Taylor too is he does use like whether it's Injustice or in this he
Mm-hmm.
uses a lot of the same characters. Good morning, Dominic. Hello, Della Fuente. Um, he uses, like you said, he uses Green
The,
Arrow
yep, Black
and
Canary,
Black
and
Canary. He also uses Constantine, and he writes him so well. Like when Big Barda got infected, that was like heartbreaking. Like, and then you see Scott go to that point where he's like, he doesn't care anymore. He just doesn't care.
exactly.
But one thing I did love was that he used the continuity from Mr. Miracle.
Oh yeah, we find on DCeased that his son is there.
Yeah, Jacob's alive and he's being raised by Highfather.
Yep. But I gotta also say though, they treat in this one shot, they treat Wave Rider like an ass.
Well, yeah, that's true. Um,
But yeah, I mean, throughout all of the, throughout all of this is basically killing off a few characters and setting things up for DCeased with Constantine, which was good. But then in these next two, basically because these next two are when things start to, you think they're starting to get things going well. This is when the digital comic happens, and then it goes bad fast.
is that when Wonder Woman gets infected? Or is
Not,
that at the
well,
end?
that's when Martian Manhunter is infected first, and then you get
Yes.
Flash, who then gets Superman.
Oh my god. Flash doesn't technically mean to get super. I mean, he does.
Oh
Like,
no, no, well,
that
to be
was so
fair,
smart how
oh
he
yeah,
ran through him. And then
and but
the pieces got embedded within his skin. And that's how Superman gets
exactly,
infected.
and then he takes too long to say goodbye. That before he can go and kill himself, it's too late.
Yep. And that's
That,
where he goes into the. Is it? Okay. So
but he
I
goes into the
cannot
sun.
remember.
He goes
Is he
into the
in the
sun.
sun?
Not yet. That's when the Green Lanterns show up. So he makes it to Earth. He starts to attack. Because you gotta remember, the thing is with this zombie plague, it's being driven by the anti-life equation.
Right.
So they're not so much intelligent, so much as um, as they're being encouraged. Oh God, this monstrosity.
Oh yeah. You know what? And that's why I love exploring the concept of these super powerful beings. What would happen if they were the ones that actually got infected? And that's what we see with a lot of them, like Martian Manhunter. Who? How are you going to take him down? Well, you're probably not. You're probably going to get
Fire.
infected. Like,
Yep. Well, actually, we find
well,
out in
fire. Yeah.
during the digital series, which takes place between 4 and 3 and 4, we find out that 4 and 5, sorry, that happened between those. That he was there and he got killed, hit by Black Adam, and he tried to kill himself. It obviously didn't work. I mean, that's
Oh,
what I
you.
love. And, yeah,
Go ahead.
that digital series, which you can get after we're done with this issue, was so good. Just how much
Is
it
that
just
Hope at World's End?
yeah.
Oh my God, so
All
good. We'll
that,
talk
all
about that here in a second. But
yeah.
I was gonna say something about, oh, now that we talk about it out loud, and it's funny because I don't see these things necessarily as I'm reading them. But if you remember in speaking of Tom Taylor's basic tropes, right?
Mm-hmm.
He writes the characters he loves, right? Constantine,
Yep.
Black Canary, Green Arrow. He writes Big Barda and Mr. Miracle. He always has a way to bring those characters in. He also writes very similar tropes. If you remember in Injustice,
Mm-hmm.
we actually saw the fight between Martian Manhunter and Wonder Woman.
Yep.
And then we see it again in this. Like, there's a
Mhm.
lot of similarities in a weird way. Like,
Yep.
I particularly like the horror movie.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
those were great.
so good.
I think that helped with the sales. I think because that was a good variant cover incentive.
That was a smart variant. I love like the Harley one. I think it was the It homage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know what movie it was for, but it was beautiful. The one with Cassie. And I was like, why does she have blonde hair? Like, I was like, why does Wonder Woman have blonde? Oh, duh, it's Cassie. But
Yep.
it was so good. Those were so good. So good. Referring to them as the anti-living, he states that they are stealing life and spreading death. And that is what caused
That is true. That is very true. But we're just saying zombies for the sake of, simplicity.
Right, yeah. But yeah,
But
that's
the
smarter.
Amazons and Atlantis get wiped out.
Yes, completely. Like,
and barely anyone leaves. They basically head out in there. The Green Lanterns show up, and then the anti-life equation convinces Superman to go into the sun and start absorbing it.
okay, so that is when he goes. Now, my question is, and I can't remember again. Yeah,
Mhm.
I should have went through this a little bit closer, but I was editing my
No problem.
Ask the expert. Is he still in the sun? I don't remember him returning.
Yes. In the second one, he's still there, and that is again one of the few things that's left dangling. Well, we'll get to that when we get to Dead Planet, but yeah, then the anti-life through Wonder Woman reveals the cyborg, you have the cure in you, and then she rips his head off.
Rips it, yeah. It's like, okay, so that's what we're doing here. That's what you're gonna make us wait for.
Yep, and they find a new home to live on.
And that's where they literally go to Planet B.
I say Earth 2.
Yes, no, I'm kidding because of that cover. There it said, and it's funny because it said there's no Planet B, and Tom Taylor's writing it, and then they changed it to Plan B. That was probably should have done. Like, they're probably like, yeah, that was pretty dumb. But okay, so the digital series, I freaking love that. I loved how it started out with Jimmy, kind of
talking about what happened when things went to hell. Yeah.
There is no Planet B. Yes, and then there's a lot of story in it, but we get to see who dies that Damien's upset with. I forget it.
Stephanie, but that's at the very end. But
yeah, that's at the end.
I love that though. When she shows up, she's then saying, "You're going to need a Robin," and she's back in her Robin.
Oh
outfit.
yes,
and this is clearly Tom Taylor is playing off of the Brian Q. Miller era of Stephanie as Batgirl, where she was like a big sister to Damien. I love that. But you want to know what my favorite moment was during the digital series? You finally have a moment you never have in the main series. Lois and Talia staring each other down.
Yes.
Damien and John's moms are ready to throw down. Now, to be honest, let us be brutally honest. Lois wouldn't stand a chance.
No, no, not even a sliver of a chance, but she
At
could
least in
try.
at least in fisticuffs. As far as a battle of words, though, oh yeah, Lois could outdo Talia in a battle of words.
I liked Tally on this, but I think that's when in Unkillables with Lady Shiva. So we'll get
Yep,
there. We got
yep,
to
we'll
talk
get
about
there.
that. But
But
Max
yeah.
Mercury, yes, Tava said Max Mercury dies too.
Oh yeah, that was great. He goes into the Speed Force to sacrifice himself. You have. I feel bad for Black Adam. He had a good intention, unfortunately, because one of them said my child got hurt during your attacking of the undead, and then he goes there to see him and immediately gets attacked right as he starts to say Shazam. So now we have a zombified Black Adam. You're like, crap.
Well, Black Adam had a good idea. Like
Yeah.
he had everyone in contact, constantly under monitor because they were,
Actually, Tavia,
afraid of this.
he put himself in the Speed Force.
While he puts, yeah. But Black Adam, like saying no to Superman, I was kind of like on his side with it, right?
Yeah, because he had a good
Like
point. He could, you can only do so much.
exactly, and him keeping conduct safe made sense, and then that, yeah,
Well, yeah,
that
bit him
went
in
to
the
hell.
butt.
Yeah, that definitely bit him in the ass. But and then we see they all go to that like mountain
Well, first,
area.
the fortress.
Yeah. No. Oh, did they go to the fortress?
Yeah, eventually they do. They a lot of it takes place in the fortress, yes. But then, of course, you have some of the other issues that start to come up. You have some other areas, other town. Oh no, yeah, Nepal. Well, no,
Yeah,
Nepal is in.
Nepal.
No, Nepal's in Dead Planet.
Okay, so I'm mixing the two up. I
Yeah,
apologize.
it's all
I'm
right.
like, I know we.
It's
This
easy
is
to get
what we.
mixed. Hey, I breeze through it, and I'm getting mixed up.
I'm going to my Comixology on my phone. I'm gonna cheat. Um, didn't isn't this where Wink and Airy come back, or is that in the
Yep.
other one too?
Wink and
Oh
Airy
my
come
god.
back in here, and Lex gets a great plan, and I love what happens with Lex. You have Superman through Jimmy tell Lex, "Hey, you're just upset that Clark's been more human than you ever could." And then what does Lex do? He goes to Wallace West, not Wally, Wallace West, and says, "I need you to use your Speed Force, basically to I'll give him it within a few moments, a few days to think and plan things out." And he comes up with a brilliant plan.
Oh, you know what else I loved? The issue
Hyper.
where with the pets.
Oh yeah. Oh, the pets was great with that
Oh
little
my
girl.
god. It was so cute. They saved the horse and oh, I
Mm-hmm.
loved it. I love the pets though. Wasn't there another issue with the pets?
Just the one. It was just the one issue.
Maybe I'm thinking something
You're saying
else.
about Death Metal. You're saying about Death Metal where they had
Yep,
them being
that's exact.
zombified.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm thinking. But yeah, they have, and then they bring in Pied Piper.
Pied Piper, yep. And at the very end, they basically take a huge amount of the Kondankian and other zombies that Black Am created and lock them in the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, and they're going to basically. I don't remember if it was Wink or Airy, but
It was no. Wink went in first because she was going to sacrifice herself. Aries and then say like, "I'm not going anywhere, love."
yeah, and then Pied Piper was going to sacrifice himself. They kept it as a secret,
Yep.
and they ended up like living,
all
and
survived.
it was they all survived. It was amazing.
But we don't see it. But that's one of the problems with this being an interquill is that we have no idea. Like, well, where were they during the events of the 4 and 5 and 6?
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess I didn't think about that. I'm trying to look through.
Yeah,
I'm like going
Lex gets this great moment,
quickly through.
and then we know that he's going to die anyway soon. But
Lex,
this,
yeah.
Yeah, I also like this though. Stephanie doesn't turn. Why? Because Black Manta zapped her. He did not bite her or anything, so she was not infected, which leaves a cliffhanger of Talia taking Stephanie to the last good Lazarus pit to try and bring her back, and we never see that resolved.
David said the death metal one was weird. I like it though. Like it was different, but it was. I like when they put the pets in, even if it's just for like like a teeny little issue, right? And they bring them in, and I love like hearing the inner monologue of like of Ace or Crypto like talking to each other like you live, I live. Like
I know. Good boy.
I'm a good boy. It's so freaking cute. I love it.
Yeah.
So
But
Then
yeah,
yeah,
next
that's what they
is
have at the end. That's pretty much Hope at World's End.
and then next is Unkillables, which this surprised me how good it was.
Oh my god, it was so good.
And
So
basically,
Unkillables was the one shot, right?
no, this is the three-parter.
The three. Okay, okay. I had
Yeah,
one right here, so I was
we already talked about the one shot was
yes.
this one.
So on Unkillables, I'm trying to look because the art's different here.
Oh yeah, this was what
Mostert.
most yeah,
I don't know the
Mostert.
first name. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't
And
know
yeah, it
them.
is weird, but it kind of works, even though he has some of his women look a little masculine.
Yeah. Well, the thing I liked about this is I didn't actually get it at first. But like the Unkillables are the, people you
Oh,
typically think
Critical
as
Blast,
immortal. Go
Critical
ahead.
Blast. I will agree with you on that one.
Crypto scene doesn't compare to the zombie goodbye scene between Archie and
In
yeah,
Vegas.
so I have no idea what you're
Oh,
talking about.
during that, basically, you have the zombie apocalypse in the afterlife with Archie was started after Jughead brought his dog Hot Dog back. And then at one point, you have his dog Hot Dog ready to attack Archie, and then Archie's dog Vegas shows up, and we get flashbacks to when he first got Vegas and everything. And he just looks at Archie, going, "Archie Master, run, Archie! I protect, and all that." It's basically like he sacrificed himself so Archie can run. And it's just like, oh.
Oh, that's sad. Good morning, Keely. Hello.
But yeah,
No,
the standout for this was Rose and Jason.
yes. And I
Oh,
love how, like,
I
right in the
love,
beginning, we see Bane's head ripped off. Like, it
no,
just,
no, no, no. That's in the third issue.
oh my God, you're right.
But I love this. Though. I love what he writes, what Jason puts down the epitaph. Bruce Wayne, father, mentor, bastard, Batman.
It's so good. Like,
And then we find out the other two
why
during
weren't
the
they buried,
digital.
though?
Alfred couldn't stay that long. He knew that more were going to be coming, so he had to leave. So Jason buried them
Ah, that makes sense.
because they were gone by then. But I love
Then,
how Rose survived by using her precog.
well, that not only that, but like, why weren't their bodies? I mean,
What?
I guess it is a comic book, but I was gonna say, why wasn't their bodies like this? Went through.
It wasn't that long.
post-mortem?
It wasn't that long after everything.
See, and it's hard to tell. Like, you never know a time
everything
frame.
here is happening around the same time as the digital, because you have during the digital when they go to the Batcave, they find the buried bodies after Jason's buried them.
Well, like in the beginning of Unkillables is when he goes to that like
Oh yeah, when Deathstroke
white
goes to
supremacy thing, right?
yep, and they're already turned.
Yeah, they're already turned, and that's why I was worried initially. I'm like, where are we going with this? Like, what's
Yeah,
going on? But it was only a quick glimpse of
yeah.
that when it just to prove that Deathstroke was alive. Well, and then we get
Apparently his healing factor prevents it, causes him to eventually purge it.
yes, and then he hooks up with gets his daughter, and then we get the introduction of the villains, right?
Yep,
The villains that they're going to eventually side with.
Yep, Mirror Master. Okay, here they are. Mirror Master, Vandal Savage, Solomon
Yep.
Grundy, the Creeper, the Cheetah, Captain Cold, Bane, and Deadshot.
And Lady Shiva.
Yep, and Lady Shiva. Yep, all here.
Yep, and she's my favorite.
Oh yeah, especially near the end.
Exactly. She does
I
like
also love how
her relationship with Cassie.
Oh yeah, I love how Cassie's still alive and she's protecting Gordon and poor Bullock.
I don't remember what happened to Bullock. I don't remember.
He got bitten.
Well, that would make sense.
And he's saying, "Kill me," and Cassie does, just chops him in the neck.
Okay, I'm trying to look. Is this where they go to the orphanage?
Yeah, but not yet.
Okay.
Though. I love the bit then where they're driving through there. He loads up for
Oh,
Batgirl.
yes.
Says Barbara Gordon's like, "Wait, why do you have a monitor on? You're a smart man and a good detective. Batman's dead. You don't have to play his game anymore." Revealing that, yeah, he's known and everything, and he wants to go see his daughter. And well, after what Harley and Ivy did, there's not much left. But then, what does Jason do with the Joker's body? And he says, "It's an apocalypse. Don't judge me."
That's so funny.
But yeah, they make their way to the orphanage, and
well, Mirror Master contacts him, right?
Oh, he contacted Jason and the others. They
Yeah.
don't. He doesn't contact them until things start going to hell when Wonder Woman shows up in here. In fact, we
Yeah.
find out
Oh
what does
my
Ricky
god.
Savage want. He wants Deathstroke and Creepers and their healing factors so he can make a cure. Well, not a cure, but something to keep himself alive.
I love how that scene where Wonder Woman shows up and they're just basically because she's infected, right? And
Oh
they're
yeah,
just like,
this
"Oh
is
shit."
yep. But yeah, well, first you have this bit where you having Creeper just cut right open, and it's just like, oh hey, oh yeah,
Oh
here
yeah, yeah,
here it
yeah,
is.
yeah. Yep, and then go to the next show the next part.
Oh yeah, poor and Vandal Savage
Oh,
ripped right in half.
like right in half. And that's kind of where they go back to the. I think they're at the orphanage
Well,
here.
they go there eventually. Yeah, they just make those things to Mirror Master. They make their way through, but then Master says, "I gotta go get Leonard." Captain called. He's unfortunately chomp.
Oh yeah, yep, you're right. And then we get a little bit.
We get some nice character bits and
Yeah,
everything, and
exactly.
I
And I
love then. Yeah, sorry.
go ahead.
I was gonna say I love the Jason Rose stuff.
I do too. I think they're so cute. Like,
Oh,
they did the same thing on Titans and
poor
brought that
Billy.
kind of relate. Oh yeah, you know, and they didn't ever make. I didn't realize when I read it initially that was.
Well, it says his name. Well, it says his name's Billy Batson. He was. It doesn't matter.
Yep,
But that unknowingly sets up a big reveal near the end. But we don't.
exactly.
Oh, I also love how Cheetah falls, for this little cute girl calls her Kitty, and as soon as Rosie there show up, it's like, did you see that? If you did see that, I'd have to claw your other eye. I didn't see anything. How fortunate.
Isn't that the little girl from the with the pets issue?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I think it. No, it can't be because she's already in Sanctuary.
Oh yeah, you're right. So yeah,
Different girl.
that can't. It
But
looks like her. They
but
draw her very similar.
Yeah, but then Bane gets stricken, and then
Uh huh.
Deadshot gets taken and killed. Well, technically he's turned, but he has no feet, so he's obviously stuck where they were left. And then Bane, thanks to the anti-life equation, rips open and releases all the others.
Yep, and then they have a like. That
Basically,
is where that's where we have Solomon Grundy pick up and throw his head.
yep, right here.
I was totally just a little bit ahead.
Yeah, big fight. They're doing everything they can. I love it how you have these anti-heroes who, thanks to these kids and everything, become
Yep.
good people.
Yep. These people that in any other story would be the villain of the story are
And
ending
what
up
shocked me, a couple kids get taken by Mirror Master.
Mirror Master.
And they're gone. It's like, oh man, those kids.
But I love how
it though. Yeah, Cheetah saves the girl.
Yep.
Good kitty. If only she can call me that.
I know. So what ending are you talking about? We are almost there. And then okay, so that's when Deathstroke and Mirror Master takes the kids, right?
Yep.
So then
and Cheetah takes him out, and then oh crap.
Wonder Woman shows.
With Superman in the sun, Wonder Woman is the big bad.
Yep, and then we have some like sacrifice here, right? We have
big time sacrifice.
Reaper and and Cheetah.
First it was Shiva went first, and she gets attacked and then rips her own heart out.
Like all to make sure, like she's like, if I turn, I am going to
be the deadliest zombie.
Exactly. So I have to do this, and then she's like yelling at Cass, like, "Get going!"
Poor Cheetah.
She's so sweet in this. Like, I never really say Cheetah is sweet, but in this,
she rips out both Cheetah and Creeper's heads, and then she just tears into Solomon Grundy.
Yep.
And then when it comes to Slade, just plows right through him. Nothing to regenerate.
Yeah, and then when you Wonder Woman picks up the bus.
Yep. And then the big twist, the little girl who's been catatonic was Mary.
All along.
Yep. She flies off, and it turned out she learned a little fighting during that time. And I've heard some people complain about how they made her so muscular. Here it makes sense. She has all the powers of Shazam. The entire family.
I also think it's this artist style because even they do that to Poison Ivy and everything. Like He draws
Oh yeah,
very,
quite a bit.
very muscular men, women.
Women. Yeah, like with Rose too. But yeah, they make it the sanctuary and they remember those that they lost. I love
Yeah,
how the
it's so
girl put and
sweet.
I love how the girl put her little fake cat ears on. She
I love
does.
it. And then
So
okay, so yeah, can you show the
which one? Oh, the next one.
no, did you show I was looking at my phone. Did you show the
What, the memorial?
thing that they made? Yeah, exactly. I love that. That's so sweet. Like everybody that tried, all these villains that try for these kids is absolutely awesome. It was a really
Yeah,
good story.
it was. It really even Bane gets one because he was good, even though he was the first one to go.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and then he got his head ripped off, and
Mm.
but still, the whole point is, for a little bit, he was good there. So, what comes up next? We got
Next is Dead Planet.
yep.
And this is where things both is a good continuation, and yet Tom Taylor crams way too much into this.
I'm trying to bring it up so I'm not as far behind and forgetting.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. This is where we're on Planet B, right?
At the start, yes, but it turned out Cyborg sent out
Yep.
a distress call, but we also have
Cyborg's
Constantine.
head turned out after a
Yep,
distress call.
yep. We have Constantine with some of the other survivors as he's drinking and remembering from those who died during the one shot.
Yeah, he's at Oblivion Bar. He's basically like
Yep,
thinks he's cursed, right? Like,
yep. And then there's John just dealing with some robot. But yeah, by this point you're right. It was pretty much like his he became like his dad. And can I
yeah,
tell you this? We're not going to draw it too much because the comic itself doesn't draw on it too much. I'm not a fan of Damien and Cassie. It comes right out of nowhere. Especially
yeah.
when Cassie is so much older than Damien.
It's weird. It's weird to me.
Exactly, but yeah, they basically just it opens up with just seeing how well the new Trinity are doing, dealing with this alien threat. They get back to Earth, and then they find out the distress call, and then they decided to step 5 years after,
I,
and then they decided, they decided let's go back to Earth, which they do, and there's Superman in the sun.
yeah, because they're like, we're safe here, but if there was even one person, even one way to save everything, we have to take that chance.
Crypto.
I love that. Crypto comes running back. It's so freaking sweet.
Yep, but yes, they
Oh,
find
the marriage proposal. We got to talk about the marriage proposal.
which one? Wait,
Isn't this where she you're over okay, so maybe isn't this where she was like asking Ollie to marry, or is this I'm thinking the wrong one?
you're seeing something else. I think we're supposed to assume they're already married by this point.
Oh, this is where she gives him the sword.
Yeah, well, I think so. Well, technically, Ollie gets attacked right away during this.
Yeah. After
Yeah, they find Victor's body, then Wonder Woman shows up, and
the art in this is so much better too.
well, it's the original artist.
Yep. It's that page is like I was so mad. I
Oh
was
yeah,
so mad.
and then well, how mad do you think Dinah was? But then we get the big twist. Well, we already know it is, but they find out. Unfortunately, we were so confused, like did Dinah and Diana die or not? It's made clear she died.
Yeah, I know, but it never felt like it was clear when you were actually reading it.
Oh, I know. But yeah, you have that moment where it's like, there's a cure. So just imagine how Diana feels like, I just killed Diana just as we found out there was a cure.
Yep, exactly. John reuniting with Crypto. I know, I love that. Like, oh, bye, Della. Thanks for stopping by.
You want to know the one kill that pissed me off the most?
Which one?
Poor Roy, just flambéed.
Yeah, but I still think for me, when I thought that Green Arrow was said, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I was more mad about that one than I was Batman, because that was like setting the pacing, right? But with Ollie, you're like, you do this in every story. You do this in every story. You did this in Injustice.
Thankfully, though, there is a point to this, because basically that's one of the cases of we need someone we can. Now that we have a cure, there's hope.
Right. But still, I still was not a happy person about it.
But yeah, basically you have a bunch of the magical people and those
show back up. Yep.
Yeah, the sanctuary people who are there to help out. Ragman, Blue Devil,
Swamp Thing shows up.
yep, Swamp Thing, all of them. And I just love to the point where you actually have Swamp Thing telling Constantine to shut the F up.
Now that I'm looking through this, I did not realize how muscular these women were in this.
Oh, what do you see about Harley having glasses? I mean, she's a
Yeah,
little older, but makes sense.
but if you look, like, even Ivy is really, really muscular.
You're talking
Holy
about back with
moly!
Unkillable?
No, go down, go a couple pages a little bit further.
All right, hold on.
She looks.
Oh, you're right.
Whoa, Ivy,
But still
way off
curvy
the
though. But still
steroids.
curvy.
But like, wow. Okay, all right, all right.
But yeah, everyone shows up. They all meet up. Everyone's so happy to see each other. Oh, and by the way, we find out later on, but we'll just say it now. Rose and Jason got married.
Yeah, yep, they do get married. That was so freaking.
Oh, but when they find out, of course, that there's a cure, and in fact, it's hard. Like they could have been saved. Everyone we killed could have lived. To which Damien's the first one to say, "You had no way of knowing. None of us did," which is not a Damien thing to say.
Yeah, but I
That's a
mean,
Bruce thing to say, but
yeah, and that's what I meant earlier. They were very much written like their
oh
parents.
god, do you remember this?
Oh, with Cassie.
No, I'm talking about the ad.
Oh,
Joker wearing a mask saying, no,
yeah.
seriously. Oh, Fauci is right.
Is that really what it says? I did not even see that.
Look
I don't.
right in the background.
I remember they have the stickers one or rock the vote one.
Yep.
Oh
Remember that
my.
stay home, but he's looking in the bag. He says Fauci is right.
Well, okay. That's weird.
But then you have, turns out, all the rich elite are still alive, hidden away, led by Penguin, Maxwell Lord, Dr. Ivo, and I forget what the other one was. But I love also, you think that's red, like blood or something. It's not. It's Plastic Man. Now, this bit here, you see, it looks like Zatanna got killed off. Apparently, she didn't.
Yeah, because she does come back, but like I thought that was another. Like there were so many you weren't sure about.
Oh, yeah, like Constantine. Of course, the ends would say, oh, burp, burp.
Oh, and this is where Trigon shows up too.
Yep. But this is where we get to the point where it's clear the only options that Tom Taylor had was either blow up Sanctuary or do something else. So he comes up with basically, this is the point where we start to have Constantine. Oh no, it's not Joker supporting Fauci. It's Wonder Woman using the lasso on Trump, and Trump saying Fauci is right.
Oh my god, I didn't. Okay, that's totally not cringy.
Well,
totally
that
not
was
at all.
that was an advertisement. But
I
yeah,
know it was an ad, but oh my.
yep. But yeah, oh yeah, and who's the guy that's usually connected with Metamorpho? He was in Arkham Knight. He's the guy who helped Scarecrow. The old guy.
I wasn't listening. I was reading the chat.
Sorry, the old.
Just being honest here.
The old guy right there. He was
Isn't it
in.
Max?
No. Max is right there.
Max's head goes pop here in a minute too.
Well, soon. But what's the name of that one guy? He was Simon Stagg. Simon Stagg is here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good question, Tava. I don't. Okay, thank you, Critical Blast. I don't know where Raven was during this.
Yeah, they don't show what happened to Raven anywhere.
No.
They get a lot of heroes unaccounted for. So, but oh yeah, I love this with Damien and Gordon.
Oh yeah, when this is another, and I keep noticing it because I'm saying it out loud, but this is another very similar to what they did in Injustice year. I think it was year 3 when they brought all the magic characters in.
Look at the wonky proportion on Mary.
Yeah, like she's got like some C cups, but she also has some steroids. Like, can you make rock? Yes, I can.
And yet a tight waist. And it looks like here that they're teasing something between her and John, but it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm trying to make yours full screen so everyone can see it a little bit better. This is when
Trigon shows up.
Yes. And then we eventually get
And this is when Constantine takes over the whole book.
Yes, and that's
Oh,
exactly what I was saying. Is that is what happened in Injustice too for quite some time.
oh yeah, but that was for 1 year. But in this case, we were told one thing, and then oh yeah, they have an army of Amazos, and basically the whole point of this is the army of Amazos and Trigon are going to come in and start attacking the undead, and thus it's
Try
about
to
it's a
clean the earth.
yeah, so it's like we got to get the the cure by then, which eventually leads into them going to Mr. Miracle
That's
because
what I was just gonna say that just for a second. They go to see Mr. Miracle. This is one of my favorite parts. Like, and in Scott is one of my favorite characters. So they go
mm-hmm.
see Mr. Miracle, and I absolutely love it because
Well, the
Mr.
look on his
Miracle,
face
yes,
when he's
but
told there's a cure.
and then they go to New Genesis, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's right here, but we're
Oh no
gonna
no
talk
no, that'll
about
be
it
the
right
next
now.
issue. That's the next
Okay,
issue.
that's fine because I want to talk about it anyway. They do with Orion
Mm-hmm.
the standing thing
Oh
from.
yep. Hold on, let me get to that. Let me get. Yep.
It's so cool. Like
And
I
then
love that
Jason
they do
and
that.
John is the one who's saying like, leave him alone.
I
And what
love
does he
how he
do?
incorporated it.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like there's just so much of Tom King stuff in here that was well done. Oh,
Oh, Jacob. I was like,
there's
what is
Jacob.
that? That's Big Barda and Scott's son
Who
from.
exists in this version.
Yeah. But you know what's weird to me is at the end of that 12
Hmm.
issues, she was pregnant.
Yep, again, but I think they're ignoring that one. And again, I'm not saying I don't think they're saying that that is canon per se. Just similar events happen.
I know, but I still I love it. I love it because
I
I
got
would love to see a continuation of
why
that
don't one bit of
series.
wonky artwork. Look at this here with Metron and Scott. They're about the same size, and yet here, what is Dinah doing? Holding him by the neck like that, but he looks like
Yeah.
he's huge now.
I mean, he's supposed to be bigger, but
But not that much.
Yeah, a little
Oh yeah,
consistency
yeah,
would
and then
help.
he's holding. Then he has his hands wrapped around her, and it's like, okay, when did he grow in size? And then the chair is small enough for Cyborg to sit in.
Like we're just gonna change the art, make it fit the story
But then
instead of making.
here comes the frustrating part. They leave, and then Darkseid's reborn, and he starts attacking New Genesis. They say he tells the Bug to get take Jacob and run, and then Darkseid shows up. We don't know what happens next.
They never address that again.
Never. Not even a hint. Nothing. Not even the last bit. And we got 3 more issues left of them not bringing that up at all.
Or yeah, like between that and Superman, they could do a whole lot more with this.
Yep. But yeah, then you have Constantine is working on his big plan and everything. And all hail Chair Sama.
Like yeah, Constantine is and he's keeping it from Zatanna.
Yep. To a point.
Right.
But yeah, keeping it from everyone. Basically, we got now. This is where they have to go to Nepal then.
Oh yeah, okay. You know, here we go again. Here we go again. I know I keep pointing this out. Here is another Tom Taylor thing. He loves his certain characters, and I get it. As a writer, that's probably just something he's used to. But he brings in Ramakrishna,
Mm-hmm.
just like he did
Yep.
in Injustice.
Like I said, I just love the with Rose and Jason. Keep the bladed off of me, ones off me. Of course, keeping the undead off each other was in our vows.
That's so freaking
Just
cute.
knocks on the door, and yep, Dead Man lets them in. They're trying to find, I believe it's the
Oh no! This is the sad issue.
Yep. Yeah. First they go and get the staff, the
Yes.
the Spear of Destiny, and what does he do? Stabs
Ramakrishna.
yep, and then absorbs Dead Man into Ragman's suit, and then they leave, and then they go to the Rock of Eternity, and then you have this whole bit. Rose Wilson could sometimes see the future. We see Captain Marvel Jr. fly in, and then when it says, so Rose was helpless to stop Captain Marvel Jr. as he broke Jason Todd in half. being precognitive just meant she had to see her husband die twice.
So freaking like this was the saddest
And the
moment
wizard
in
was
this
burned
series.
too.
Yes, and they had to. Yep,
But
and then
then
they
the big shocker,
is oh yeah, and
Cassie
then
gets the power of Shazam.
yep, and then we get Spectre.
Yep. Well, Spectre shows up, yeah, in a little bit, but yeah, at a farewell to Jason. And what is
Oh,
the yeah, Damien Dex Constantine. But yeah,
like
there's Spectre.
how can you do? You made me like them. You made me love them as a couple, and then you take them away. Thanks, Tom Taylor.
And you didn't rub the salt by saying she had to see it twice.
I know, like rub it in. Just rub the dirt right in my face.
Yep, but yeah, then here's the penultimate issue, um, where oh, I love this little moment there.
I was just gonna say I love that photo too. The way it's all set out, it's super pretty.
Yep, but yeah, basically they're saying the Amazos are attacking.
Mazos, yep, they are on the attack. And don't worry, Scott cuts his hair.
Yep,
Like
but I love it. And they say we'll test it. And I love this one bit where they're saying Dinah wants to say let's test it on Ollie, and Scott's saying like I admit I want her back, but this isn't just about what I want. If we've miscalculated, if something goes wrong, Barter's hopefully strong enough to take it. We shouldn't risk Ollie. And then the house is gone.
and then
Yep.
Barta shows up anyway. Yeah,
Yep. They just slam and then they ejected into her, and it worked.
it works perfect.
Oh,
Like
and then there's the Dana blasting into where Constantine is at, and she's just saying, "What do you think you're doing?" "Hello, Z. Don't you hello me." And he's like, "Oh, buddy, hell, Z, you just blew open. I spent years protecting this room from Dr. Fate, and you just go and left the door open." I just love how he's just like, "Oh, bloody hell, Z, you just left the door open."
and then they've got Phantom Stranger in there.
Yep, Phantom
And
Stranger.
you got their whole like little thing going that they're going to have John be able to. Or I mean, yeah, John be able to fight.
Yep, and then you have they find out cure works. We gotta start getting it going, but then they're like, "Uh-oh, we got all these Amazos to deal with," and then Trigun shows up, and then they attack and kill Dr. Fate and take the helmet, and utilizing all of the different powers, you have Constantine ready to go in. Nice kiss moment with him and Zatanna as he flies off, leading to the final issue. But do you see the issue here?
Yeah, they had a kiss in a comic book. I thought people said the other day that wasn't allowed.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, but you see the issue, it's like Constantine is just taking over, and it's like, you know what I mean, right? It just feels like, it just doesn't feel right.
It feels like Tom Taylor.
The Trigun stuff feels so tacked on, but yeah, they all go in to fight. Like the Amazos, I can accept. Trigun is just a little bit too far.
Like they could have made plenty of story with just the Amazos alone.
Yep, and it then turns out, them will be around there. Oh, that was John's plan, so he can take over their souls, so he can just add more and more into them. And it's just like, really?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, so they go up there, and they take that, and basically the whole gist of it is Cyborg hacks the Mazo, shuts them down, and then John goes and deals with Trigon, where he fights them, he dies, and then it turns out, he became more like Dead Man, and then he goes into and possesses Trigon, so then he can stab himself with the spear and the Spear of Destiny.
Leo's such a smartass.
But yeah, basically, his spirit stabs himself, sacrificing his own spirit as well. So he's double dead. They cure everyone, and then it just wraps up way too fast. That's the end.
That's it. Like Trigon looks amazing though. Like the art is beautiful, but it's just done. Like Wallace runs all over,
cures everyone.
Everything's cured.
But it's like
one person and it's over. That's it.
But it's like we have Darkseid to lose. Superman's still in the sun.
Yeah, it makes zero. Like it makes sense. There's some plot holes for sure, but we could have had
left hanging. The stuff left hanging is like really. You're like, okay, what's going on with Darkseid? Like that's the biggest one. What's going on with Darkseid?
They could tell a whole nother 6 issue mini with rebuilding, with Darkseid, with Superman in the sun. And I don't know. I don't know if it's just because he's doing. He's got that what
Oh, he's
detective
got
that just
Nightwing. Yep, he's
and
got yeah,
and
Dark
then the
Knights of
Dark Knights
Steel.
of Steel. Yeah. So
He's got
like
3 books going on and all that. And like Annie had a bunch of black label stuff like the Constantine book going on, but it's
that
like,
was so good though.
oh yeah, but it's like, can we get back to this so we can have this wrapped up?
It literally the last page is um Ollie and Black Canary saying hello to each other again, and everybody's still like waking up. There's no. It
Yeah.
just feels like there's no closure to a lot of this.
No, I mean, it's like it's a rush closure. Again, if you took out the Trigun stuff, you could have enough more room to actually wrap this up. It's like you had 7 issues,
Exactly.
one more issue than the first mini, and you still meandered. I'm sorry, the Constantine stuff was dull by
It was.
comparison.
It was. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. It wasn't awful or anything.
Oh
I
no,
liked the
again, great
Constantine
artist.
stuff, but it felt very.
It just ancillary. It felt ancillary.
It's so similar in nature, but it's and that's okay. That doesn't mean the story can't be told, but
Oh no, yeah,
it
yeah,
just
I
it
agree.
felt convoluted and then it was over.
Yeah, it felt like, oh, it's all over then. It's just like, what?
Yeah, it's
And
weird. It's good though. And I haven't read much Marvel Zombies, but what I have, it's way
oh,
better.
I got all of the Marvel Zombies books. I could just grab them right now, but that'll be take a little while. But I got all of them, and they were fun, dumb fun, crazy fun, black comedy fun. Some of them were treated seriously, but most of them were just treated as the black comedy of it all because they wanted to be different. Whereas this, what I like about it is that it's both traditional zombies and yet very different.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, let me see what Samuel says. Got it. Oh, thank you for stopping by, Samuel. I
Yes,
really
Sam.
appreciate it. Hey, take care, chat, and read more comics. That's right. I'm gonna keep pimping the Flash out for everyone because Jeremy Adams so sweet. Let me fix this. How we look here. There we go. Um, but yeah, like I love DCeased. It's always going to be.
Here's all the Marvel Zombies.
Oh my goodness, you weren't joking around.
I know, but yeah, I mean, what happens within the first issue? Magneto, who was in the tie-in that started off in Ultimate Fantastic Four, he gets eaten. It's like he does a
Who
big
wrote
set.
Marvel Zombies?
First 2 were by Mark Millar. No, not Mark Millar. The crossover
Kirkman?
from Mark Millar, then Robert Kirkman for the first two, and then Fred Van Lente, who I did an interview with, and it's lost. Unfortunately, that interview is lost.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, he did like 3, 4 parts of Return, and then 5, and then you had a bunch of random miniseries that happened afterwards, and then you had the most recent one by Philip Kennedy Johnson.
I may have. Oh, Philip Kennedy Johnson worked on that.
The
I did not
most
know
recent
that.
one. That was the
Okay,
most recent one.
I
Yeah.
may have Spider-Man: No Way Home. Oh, awesome. Yeah, and Mitch Ryan said "Deceased is a crazy ride. It's just dumb fun."
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
and I think that's
So I would say it's a crazy ride, but it has more emotion to it.
yes, it has a lot of heart. And thank you, BM, so much. A yellow puppy. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yep, Samuel, you're right. They appeared in Ultimate Fantastic Four number 28. That was the Mark Millar stuff. And then they decided, let's continue it. And originally, Robert Kirkman was going to play it straight, but he's like, I'm already known for Walking Dead, which is what got me the gig. I'm not going to do that twice. So he decided, why don't we just play on the absurdity that these are smart zombies? And it would be, what if the zombies were the heroes? Why do we have to have a human hero?
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I was saying about Mitch. There is stories out there. A lot of people, not a lot, but there is a portion of this audience, this comic book audience, that just want dumb fun. And these are great stories that are just dumb fun. Like, there's no allegory, there's nothing, to look in. Maybe I look into stuff a little bit too much with the people being slaves to their phone type thing.
But even that, though, you can't avoid that.
Right, and that's just something silly anyways.
Yep. I mean, Grant,
let's be real, we all are.
You could say that there could be some allegory, and with Tom Taylor stuff, when you have the ritual leader, like, we're going to sit this out and then wipe everyone out, and we'll be the ones surviving. It's like, but that's that's a cliche that's been done to death anyway.
Exactly, and it's like Penguin and Maxwell Lord. It's all the assholes anyway.
Yep, Simon Stagg and all that.
Yeah. And I like when they use Simon. They just used who did they use in Endless Winter? Didn't they use
It was a
his
different Stagg.
kid?
It was like
It
his
was
son.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. But I like Simon Stagg. I like when they use him. I've liked him ever since
Well, hey, Mitch, to be fair, a lot of the mischaracterization is because they embrace that's another universe.
yeah, just wanting dumb fun is normal, but some people hate, and that's the issue I have, and that's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say is these type of books are great when they exist, right? Dumb fun, silly stories, great, you love them. There's nothing in about them, but that doesn't mean that the other type of story can't exist, and that doesn't mean that the other type of
Yeah.
story can't tell a good story about something that actually matters, right?
Exactly. And also, again, the way he wrote John in this, it tells you he knows what to do. It's just that obviously now you have a case where he's. I'm trying to find the right way of putting it. Was like it's clearly he's writing a different John. Obviously, this John's gone
Right.
through a lot different. This is a John who actually was still a kid and then grew up into the role. He didn't have to go through all the shit John in the current comics had to go through.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be a different outcome, but I just felt like he wrote John and Damien so close to
Oh
their
yeah,
fathers, but
Damien
it also gave
especially.
them kind of practice, right? To
Yeah,
write John.
definitely, definitely. And then I bet you he'd probably decide then, okay, I want him, since John, Superman's still gonna be around, how can we make him different?
Yeah,
Tavia,
exactly.
I agree to a point, but I have to agree with Tristan though. I do not want a clone, John to just be a clone of his dad.
I want a different story told.
Oh yeah, I want a
I want
different
a
story told
story
too.
that, when Superman was invented, he was the epitome of what America was, what we were
Yep,
going through wars, we were going through this. And he was, I pointed out in my long video about the history where there was a lot of allegories with Hitler. And
yep,
there's nothing wrong with telling a story about today
yeah, with
using allegories.
allegories.
They're using Henry Bendix.
Yeah, they're not doing. It's not like they're not doing what Marvel did, where they say, "Let's go with Trump being the Modoc and all that."
Oh God, that was. I like a good
Does
allegory. I
John
love a
become
good
Emperor
allegory.
Superman? I don't think they're going to go there. I don't think he's going to declare himself Emperor.
Emperor Superman. Why would they do that?
I think that they're going with the whole, oh, should John? No.
No,
Again, will he become the
I don't think
tyrant?
so.
The thing though is, are they going to have John be a tyrant? I think they're going to indirectly make him a tyrant, but they're not going to
I
realize they're
don't think
making him a
so.
tyrant. No, I'm saying they're not going to realize it. In their eyes, he's doing good, but he's going to do actions that could be viewed as tyrannical.
See, I disagree. Well, the reason I
I'm just saying they
disagree.
could. I'm just saying they could. Is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, but what I think they're going to do is we already saw in Infinite Frontier Zero that there was the idea the Spectre said that he could become a tyrant. He could. Um, so what I think
Okay.
they're going to do is show us that maybe he needs to learn a little bit more. Maybe his more interventionalist ways of being Clark or being
True.
Superman are
But I'm also worried that his new what's his name again? The guy.
Jay
Yeah,
McNamara.
yeah, I'm afraid he's going to keep on giving him positive reinforcement, saying, "You're doing good. You're doing good. You're doing good. You're on the right side." And that's what it feels like already with how he's been
That might be
acting.
part of the story. He might not be the one. He might be
He
the
might.
one that he might be the devil on his shoulder. We don't know yet. And I think we have to
Yeah, he
really
could be
like let
manipulated. He
the
could be manipulated.
story
That is very
exactly.
true. Hey, for all we know, what if he's actually related to Bendix?
Yeah, yeah. He's a
Is he?
Gamora refugee.
Yeah. So what if he was sent ahead of time and decided infiltrate? Because it seems like Bendix, he is already a few steps ahead. Although I'll be honest, I am not a fan with how John was acting when he was before Bendix. This is not, and it's like he's trying to be like what Superman is to was to Lex, but Superman at the very least had more concrete evidence that he could say, "I can't prove it's you, but I know it's you." But he didn't try to be all like, "Oh, I hear your heartbeat" and all that stuff. It's like, no, Superman would be a bit more like, "Don't mess with me. You know where this can lead." Instead, John's coming up. Now, granted, he's inexperienced, Even Superman in his earlier days was a bit more tactful than that.
Well, yes, but you just said you don't want the same
Oh,
character.
you're right. I don't want that as well. You're right. You are very right.
And
And then the way the issue ended, I don't know where they're going with the next issue.
I don't know. I like this one. This was my favorite so far. I think one and like two was like, okay, all right, what are we doing here? But I think it feels like it's finally getting a footing. It's definitely not the best ongoing. There's nothing like that, but it's not
Definitely
bad.
not. Yeah.
It's
Oh, I agree with that.
it's
I'm going to
worth
still
the
keep
read.
buying it.
Yeah, exactly, and it's worth the read. It's I want to see not because of the drama, but because I want to see a different story.
Hey, Tavia, I understand you feel he's your boy, and we all want him back to be DA'd, but again, unless people can prove to DC that they are willing to put their money where their mouth is and stop just saying, give us back Super Sons. And then when they keep on giving a bunch of Super Sun stuff, it doesn't sell at all. It doesn't even do better than, Son of Kal-El. Yeah, and which, let's be honest, it's never going to do better than what the current book is going to be doing thanks to this boost it's gotten because of, the controversy. They're just going to keep on having reasons to stick with current John.
Yeah, I don't think there's. I mean, I know.
Tavia, I get it, you bought them all, but that's
You,
not going to do. That's not enough.
yeah, and it's a shame because it was a good, like, it was fun. It was cute. I love the interactions. It's a great story to tell, but unfortunately, that story's kind of gone, right? Like,
Yep. Even with the
unless,
upcoming one shot, it's going to be with the current stuff. You're already having people saying, "Oh, even if it's Tomasi right, I don't want by John."
oh boy, of course they are. Of course they are because it's government funded.
Uh, Seriously, whoever came up with that, it makes zero sense. I mean, come on.
I literally laughed out loud. Like, not only
Yeah.
that, but like, I get, you could say like those ads you showed, right?
Yep.
That could be something,
Oh
or it
yeah,
could
the
be
ads were
DC.
definitely probably funded, but that was probably because you can buy up ad space. But
Exactly.
Perch told me this one clearly, because it's a public company. You need to show the amount of money being donated, unless they're keeping it secret. And why the hell would they keep putting money into comic books a secret?
Yeah, it's comic books. It's not going to
Ghouls,
make
I can understand. Something like a big novel, I could see them. Comic books, why would this government
exactly.
be like, oh, let's secretly put it here because everyone's reading comic books, right? So let's do this. It's like, it's like, no, it's a case. It's not a trickle down effect, which is what they want. They want a bag out. You could say everything's trickling down. No, it's just a case where you have everything from the bottom climbing upward.
Well, and I think that the idea of like the libraries thing, right? So
Yeah.
they libraries generally don't order comics. If they have comics there, a lot of
Yeah, they
times
do.
they
They're
would donate.
donated. They're donated.
Yeah. They'll order graphic novels and of course stuff like that. And that's why sometimes like Moon Girl does
Mm-hmm.
well, right? Because
Yeah, manga
libraries,
or the
scholastic type
scholastic.
stuff.
Yeah, the scholastic stuff.
But this whole notion that they're secretly funding it, well, considering I guess weirder things have happened, but it could, it's ridiculous. That's just the best way to put it.
Yep.
Weirder things have happened. It
Oh
could
yeah.
be in a in an
Weird way.
Elseworld story, but it
Yeah.
would be absolutely ridiculous because the age at which people buy comics are generally not of an age that they would even want to be influencing. It would be
Exactly.
smarter to choose something like
Do
that
the
with,
movies is one thing.
yeah, or yeah. I mean, they get tax write offs and they get stuff for putting
Or,
like filming here or going there, but
yep.
the idea that they would do it for comics is so silly. It's
It's so
such a
bottom of the
niche
barrel. I hate to say
market.
this about it's such a niche march. I hate to say it, comics at the bottom of the barrel. And Leo, I get it. Wokeness is in everything, but it's that not
That's not because
everything.
of the
Leo.
government, though. That's
Yeah,
because it's
because
got
why
a
didn't they?
market.
If
Go
this thing has
woke,
been going
go
back to the
broke is
Obama,
literally a myth.
yep. If this is going back to the point of the Obama administration, one, why didn't Trump get rid of it? And
Yeah.
two, why is it only DC is only now going in so hard and heavy when it's like free money? What did the deal keep it from happening? And only now
Yeah.
is the deal gone that they're saying, hey, let's take advantage of this incentive. It does, and so much doesn't add up.
The whole term wokeness is just stupid. Yeah, it is, because it's always like there are
Just like
very
SJW.
few franchises like with I guess it would be like Ghostbusters and maybe that Charlie's Angel movies, but they use
Yep.
the phrase so often with franchises that are making millions upon millions. They did it with Shang-Chi, and that's, done quite well for itself. There's you don't get the logic because the logic is illogical. There is none. It's
It's
simply
simply
something to
illogical.
say, like NAZI or SJW. Um,
Hmm.
it's simply something to throw out there. People have different ideals, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's actually refreshing to have different takes on something that you maybe
Yeah,
never have had a life experience within, right? So you
exactly.
can live vicariously through that character, and that's a lot of times what we're doing in comics. So you learn through that. Shang-Chi probably did. Shang-Chi broke even long ago. Like I showed these numbers on my channel. Shang-Chi only cost 150 million. I don't know what it's at currently, but
Yeah, and you got to take
even
also
even
other
with
things. Yeah.
marketing, it's well over what marketing is. Um, and pretty much all franchises that went woke suffered, like Marvel, because it's doing really well. So I name
Some
one
have. I can say
besides Ghost.
Star
A
Trek,
couple,
Star
yeah,
Trek,
there is a
Star Trek,
couple.
Star
But
Trek definitely did. Star Trek definitely did.
see, I don't know anything about Star Trek. But if you're talking even about like what would it be? Star Wars.
Star
All the
Wars.
movies.
Star Wars
They may
always.
have been less than the previous one, but they still were over $1 billion. If you're calling $1 billion broke, then I am the poorest
Terminator's
person you have.
well, Tavia, Terminator suffered. Let's be
Song
honest. Terminator's been suffering ever since they started doing sequels without Cameron.
Chi cost 150 to 200. It cost 150 period. Um and it made 422. So how is that barely? I understand you're putting marketing in there, but you're also not including any merch, any
Pub,
toys,
through
anything like
entertainment,
that.
yeah, Leo, through entertainment. But let's also be honest. Comics are so bottom of the barrel. You are more likely to put more money into it because comics are not as far. I hate to say it. It's not as far reaching as everyone thinks. There's a reason why everyone's. It's why when we hear people saying, "Oh, they're going to sell off DC," how much are they going to get? Not the IPs for the comic company itself. They're going to get pennies compared to they do for WB Games, for example.
Oh
They were
yeah.
more likely to get billions out of NetherRealms and Warner Brothers Montreal and all their gaming stuff. Whereas the DC Comics itself, the company itself, you would have been like a couple million or something. And they would not get rid of the IPs, mind you. But it's like, yeah, the comics do not make that much compared to video games and the merch and all that.
Woke and SJW are self-explanatory. No, they're not. They're the same as Nazi. They're blanket statements to include people that you don't like. I've been
Yep.
called an SJW. Things that are like Venom. That was called woke and
Oh
SJW.
God,
And
I've
there's
seen the
nothing
movie.
about those properties. Every single person has a different ideal of what that means. So no,
Yeah,
they're blanket statements, like, unfortunately calling someone a racist right now. Yeah, no. Those are broad. Yeah, exactly. Those are broad statements.
yes,
And
there are
and
people. Yes, if
honestly,
people call them now, if people call themselves that, that's on them. Yes,
yeah, that's totally different.
but not
They're,
everyone calls themselves that.
no, exactly. And I have seen a few people um for different stuff when it
Well,
comes to calling themselves that. But
Leo, just to point that out though, Marvel comics were utilized. Yeah, you could do that if they actually pay to have comics made, but those are ones that they have to make it clear this is government funded, not doing it in secret.
right, just
That's the
like
big
Image, you can
difference.
buy in with creator owned. That's just a program that they offer, right? So I
Exactly. So
mean,
you have
it
to make
can
it
be
very
done,
clear
but it
that
has to be made clear.
yeah, you have to make it very clear because they're a public company. They have to make it very clear this is government funded. You cannot just simply say, "We'll give you all this secret money. Just change and make all your characters gay and black. Here's all this money. Here, take all this money." It's like, no, that's not how it works.
Right, like PBS,
Yeah, that's
you
more
know what I
what it
mean? That's
is.
an example of them. It's just you have to make it clear. It's if not, I mean, illegal things happen, of course. But if not, you know what I mean? Like,
But again, you're not getting. But again, they're doing it with the comic because also it's New York. New York is best known for Marvel and everything.
cities
When you,
generally are woke anyway.
yeah, exactly. So
If that's, I just used a blanket statement, but I'm just saying cities generally are more progressive in nature. And that's a lot of what the comic book shops are in, are big cities. So they market to a more a progressive.
yeah,
I guess that's the best way to put it. I just I can't I used to use the terms myself. I can't stand it anymore because it has lost all it. Poison is progressive. Wait, what?
what?
You do? I think you may have mixed that up, but um yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that.
I think we're going a little all over the map with this one.
Yeah, well, that was my fault.
Yeah, but was again back to his DCs. Overall, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I it makes me more excited going back over it. I am so curious when it comes to oh my god, what's the new one coming out? Dark Knights of Steel or something.
Yeah, Dark Knights of Steel.
Um, if we're going to see a Constantine headlining at some point, if we're going to see Ramakrishna bought in, I'm actually very curious about those things.
This time, so
yeah, we might. If you get poison, it progresses your death. Well, yeah, that's how like arsenic and stuff works. Is that what?
Yeah.
It's called the liberal arts for a reason. Art by nature is more exactly, and that's exactly what we've seen from. It doesn't matter how much I point it out. It's a losing battle. It really is. You're never going to change anyone's mind, and I think I had to get to a point where I realized that because there's a lot of like people that don't want to see it, and I still believe. I wholeheartedly believe there is a moment in everyone's life, not everyone's, but anti SJW's life where they like take the blue or the red pill or whatever.
I just realized, the one thing that's bothering me about that Dark Knights metal and Dark Knights of Steel is Dark Knights. It's another Batman in the title.
Well, of course, Batman sells.
Yeah, but I just only remember Superman Cal, for example, where he ended up in medieval times.
I don't like the term reactionary, even though I do use it sometimes, Mitch. But what they mean by reactionary is they react without thinking or knowing the subject or necessarily understanding what they're even talking about a lot of times.
I always call them the knee-jerk.
But yes, it's like and I think YouTube is a big part to blame for it because if you want to get in that algorithm, you have to be quick.
Yeah.
And
you have to be quick and you have to be negative to get the clicks.
Yeah. So you end up by accident.
Well, to be
fair, hating stuff.
I just realized something. While Action Comics was the very first, with Superman, what is DC named after? Which comic is DC named after?
Detective Comics.
And who highlights Detective Comics?
Yes. I know a lot of people do mind, but I don't mind. I just wish they'd utilize and it seems like they're going to with that new Mark Russell book and stuff. But I want some of my background characters. I want a JSA title. I want some of those things, but maybe eventually. I know they're working up towards basically. Yep.
And apparently, I remember Perch at one point saying there is going to be a Tim Drake solo book.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's probably past.
I am tired. Tavia, I am tired of the overreacting 24/7s. It has gone. I can understand it once in a while, but it's gotten to a point where it's like every couple hours, somebody like. Like the He-Man stuff again. I'm seeing people already saying, "Oh, why are they giving so much focus to Teela and Evil End?" To which I finally realized, I think I've realized what you guys wanted the show to be. You wanted it to be nothing but He-Man and Skeletor slugging it out, and maybe if they want to resolve the Teela Sorcerer stuff, it's a footnote. But oh no, Adam, focus all on Adam. Adam is awesome. Teela, she's the girlfriend. Focus on that, and then by the end of it all, oh, yep, He-Man's the greatest. Skeletor,
Yeah, that they'd probably still be mad about that somehow. You know what? I'm not seeing it because I unsubscribe to a lot of those channels. There are a lot of channels that I'm subscribed to that are critical, but not necessarily. I would adjust. That's exactly right.
They love the new series that has all these changes, including making Tila black. And yeah,
It's
it's like,
because
oh,
they're
all right.
hypocrites. And
And
then,
you'll
you
be
know
like,
it's but the funny thing is remember when all that stuff, I think her name was Daniela Padina
I think
with
so.
Cowboy Bebop. She came
Yep.
out and said something, and then Netflix stood up for her, and they're like, "Oh, that's so unprofessional." But Netflix stands up for Dave Chappelle, and they're like, "That's what they should be doing." Shut the fuck up!
Okay, first
Come
of all,
on now.
am I being reactionary? Maybe a little bit, but it's more. I'm basing it off of what I've
Whose
seen.
take?
He's asking about is my take reactionary, and I'm like a little bit, but more because I'm seeing it. What I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing. I'm not just assuming anything. I am seeing this happening.
Right, and then that's the difference with reactionary is you actually don't know what's going to happen. You're reacting before the fact instead of after the fact.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and I Tava like the
Oh
CGI.
yeah.
And I don't know.
I'm not assuming no. Look at what's going on. They talked very little. They went quiet about the new series, saying we're done with He-Man. And then as soon as the revelation comes out, they're talking about it and they're putting it on blast. And yeah, okay. What is my example of what do they want to see? Assuming I'm just coming up with it based off of what they've been complaining about. So I'm not saying that's literally what they want. I'm saying that that's basically what they're coming off as they want.
Yeah, but yeah, they'd bitch anyway. So
Yeah, they'd be bitching anyway.
yeah, it's kind of assuming. You're right. But yeah, they just it's pretty.
Just find enjoyment and stop thinking you represent all the He-Man fans, and if they don't agree with you, they were never really fans.
Oh, I got that a lot, and I think there is a way that you can be critical of stuff. I don't think there is a way you can't, you don't have to always be positive. You don't. But when you, like Figure Drawing said, that's actually the perfect way to put it. I don't knock someone's hyperbolic hustle on YouTube to get views, right? It's what YouTube was essentially made. Well, not essentially, but it was what it became. It's when it crosses the line into absurd negativity and lies. Right.
Yeah.
And that's exactly right. I've pointed out the lies so many times. Like, it's all the time, and it's not even just lies. It's the hypocrite in it all, right?
Yeah.
Nope. It's gotten to a point where I'm just like, yeah, I can't even watch I can't take you seriously because I don't believe you are a fan of this franchise if all you do is hate on it. I just don't. You're gonna do a video on part 2? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Once it comes out, you're gonna binge that shit.
Yep,
I'm gonna do a video.
but I'm gonna say this, guys. Let me just ask you guys this: Tila's the sorceress. Would you want them to just ignore that and just focus on Slugfest? Be honest. It's just what would you want? Now, granted, did they go a little overboard with the first one? On 2 episodes in the first part, I will agree. The other parts, it wasn't just the Tila show. It was the Masters of the Universe show. I've said this so many times. Tila has a bit of a focus, but everyone has a focus. And it looks like they're going to focus a lot more on Adam. And the whole thing with 2 sorceresses, that's straight from the Eternity War comic.
Here's a fun fact. Chuck Dixon has set Tim Drake up to the 3rd blue. Oh, yeah. We actually talked about that when I interviewed him. It was I didn't know that at all. Slugfest. I want to talk about Seaman season 2 also.
Mitch, again, no one's claiming it, but the way they keep on coming off on it, yeah. But I'm going to just repeat myself, so.
Wait, I didn't see what Mitch said. No one claimed, I have no idea. I don't watch it. So, well, we're going to wrap up. But thank you guys all for stopping by. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Like I said, I will have a interview up later with the writer of Flash and a bunch of other properties that he's done. But the first part is about the Flash that he's currently writing, Jeremy Adams. Mm-hmm. And then on Sunday, I'm not nervous at all. I swear to God. Just some guy coming on. We are doing the Halloween special, right? Halloween, okay. Talk horror comics, and Lord knows we're going to, get into other topics. And then on Monday, I have Jimmy Palmiotti coming on. So awesome. Make sure you guys are subscribed. All that fun YouTuber stuff that I absolutely hate saying. Do you have anything you want to plug, Robert?
Yeah, check out my channel. I'm still doing the Godzilla retrospective. It's a bit slow coming out. Might do a video talking about Guardians of the Galaxy, the game. It was so good. And
Awesome.
come on to my show tonight. I'm going to have Bianca on, and we're going to talk, well, the He-Man stuff. So I'll continue my rants there.
There you go. I'm nervous for just some guy. Yeah, just because we so diametrically have disagreements. There we go. So all right. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.